got that on video.
So we are officially at the King of Hammers. And believe it or not, right now we are literally in a wash with massive boulders because Kevin decided this would be the best place to park to film this quick video for you guys.
Well, it was super windy and I was trying to get us out of the wind and I just saw a drop off and lo and behold, we're in a massive boulder field.
We should probably be in.
Yeah, without Michael or anybody with us, so contemplating going up it.
But anyways, turns out, as you see, we're still in the Jeep. The wind is still very windy. For anyone who has been at King of Hammers, you will fully understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
bad.
On our way here, we always try to discuss new and different ways that we can
help our Jeep community, help our off-road community.
But not just off-roading, because
motorsport.
Motorsports in general. I come
enthusiasts.
from car shows and drifting, and basically just any automotive enthusiast that watches our channel, we're always trying to discuss new and different ways that we can give back, more or less.
Help
you guys hear
other.
us. You hear us say that word a lot. And on our way here, we were discussing insurance.
Yeah.
And we realized that we've had a lot of questions over the last several months of people being like, well, what happens when you roll your Jeep? By the way, when, not if, but when you roll your Jeep. Thanks, guys, for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, so people all the time.
Yeah, it's like, well, what do you do if this happens?
Whoa! Are you okay?
Or if you're not an off-roader, but maybe you own a race car or a drift car. So what do you do if this happens?
Oh! Well, ouch. I got that on video.
Ouch. That was a good one, Britt.
Or back to off-roading, maybe you just go a little too ham and this happens.
So now most of your insurance companies are not going to cover that. Most. I have had stories. People say, oh, well, I did this and they covered my whole Jeep and $15,000 worth of stuff. That's not normal.
That's fantastic,
it's fantastic
for you. But
for you.
The average person in the average auto policy would never cover stuff like that. A, because you're not on a county road or you're not on a named road, you're on a trail, so they won't cover it if you're on a track, etc., or you have more modifications cost-wise than what your policy covers. So your policy may only cover maybe $2,000 in mods. You have $15,000. So
30 or 50,000.
You're screwed royally. And we found out a couple years ago that we were one of those people that would have been royally screwed if something had happened to any of our vehicles because we were not covered the way we needed to be for the things that we did and the money we spent on our vehicles. At that point, we found the Phoenix Insurance, and this is what we figured. We figured there's no reason to keep this secret to ourselves.
Yeah, the Phoenix Insurance, they're freaking great, and the guy is a fan of ours.
We have a buggy behind us, so we're moving out of the way of the buggy.
Yeah.
That should give him plenty of room to get by us.
Is that good?
So we're at like a bit of an angle now, but we're just going to stay here. That way buggies can pass us as they want. But anyways, another question we get a lot is, well, what if your insurance agent sees what you do with your Jeep or with your drift car or your whatever vehicle you own?
So the Phoenix watches our videos.
Our insurance agent is a super loyal subscriber to our channel. He watches our videos on a daily basis.
Yep.
And we're still covered, guys. And it's not expensive. The reason we had originally swapped to them, just so you guys know, this was back when we owned our Shelby Cobra, and they saved us like $500.
Yeah, they wanted
a month.
All the top 5 insurance companies wanted
Geico,
$450
Allstate,
to $650 a month for that GT350.
$650 a month.
That's when I got a hold of him, or he got a hold of us, and I told him, and he got it down to $160.
We got the same coverage for like $160. He saved us
$400
so much money.
a month, $300 to $400 a month.
These guys are insurance geniuses.
They're experts.
And
They're literally like lawyers, and they go to bat for you.
It is basically their job, A, to find you the perfect insurance policy and coverage to meet your exact needs. And what that means is not lying to them.
No, telling them exactly.
A lot of people think like, oh, well, if I don't tell them about it, then I don't have to pay for it. A lot of times, you don't have to pay for it anyways, or it's insanely inexpensive.
Also, we're not just talking auto insurance. We're talking auto, renters, home, literally everything.
And these guys, when you do have a claim or you get into a situation where something does happen, you can call them and they are, like he said, it's almost like they're your lawyer. They're the geniuses. They will go line by line through your policy to make sure you're getting the most out of that claim that you absolutely can.
The Phoenix is a hobby insurance. Like, not just hobby. They'll do anybody, but they are for hobby.
To give you an idea, I have classical insurance on my fully built show car Jetta. I have great insurance on my 350Z, which is a built drift car, and I track it and race it.
Jeep.
The Jeep, which y'all see what we do with it. We had the Land Cruiser insured with them. And then, of course, we have our dailies, too. We have our Touareg TDI diesel.
They've given us the best rates. I even sent them over to all my drifter friends who have their normal cars, their drift cars, all of that. Every single person got back to me like, holy crap, they got me more coverage. It was less expensive, and I wish you would have told me about this earlier. So we're trying to I guess we should have told you guys about this earlier.
Honestly, it never crossed my mind. It's not a secret. It's not like we're trying to push you, but it's one of those things where if you call them and they can't get you better coverage,
just don't use them.
Don't use them. It doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't hurt you. But if there's even one or two of our subscribers that can save a few $100 on a premium, that's fantastic. And get better coverage to make sure that when you're off-roading or racing or doing whatever it is you love, or traveling. Speaking of traveling, recently I actually had a subscriber reach out to us and their Jeep had been broken into. Now, what a lot of people don't know,
so all your valuables inside the Jeep, your recovery gear, your tools, all your camping gear, none of that's covered.
On your average auto policy?
Generally, none of that's covered.
On your average auto policy.
Generally, if it's usually not bolted to the Jeep and part of the Jeep, it's not covered.
So if someone breaks in which this case the subscriber reached out to me, they even stole guns out of his
cash,
Jeep. What a lot of people
everything.
don't know, your auto policy probably won't cover it, but your renter's policy will. Kevin and I have renter's policy because we travel so much and we keep so many belongings in this Jeep, including like my laptop and stuff like that.
Laptop, guns, radios, recovery gear, tools. So if any of that's stolen, even cash, I think we're covered up to like $2,000 cash.
And you can choose a bunch of these limits to meet your personal needs. But yeah, he was like, man, my insurance isn't covering and all this. I was like, well, do you have a renter's policy? And he was like, yeah, but this was my Jeep that was broken into. I was like, it doesn't matter.
That's who you go through.
Your renter's insurance will cover something like that. And a lot of people just simply don't know these things. And we didn't know any of this until we hooked up with the Phoenix Insurance. And so it's one of those, I didn't think it was a secret, but I guess it was a secret, but we're sharing the secret. They can help you get coverage that meets your needs.
He sent me one thing here. It's like one of these wives' tales. Don't tell them because they won't insure you. That's not true. It's not true.
If they'll insure us, guys, they watch our YouTube channel.
Right. And then it says a custom part coverage is available. That's for the stuff that's bolted on, that's not OEM.
And not covered by your regular auto insurance.
Right. And then it says if it's not bolted on, there are separate coverages that you must purchase in order to get paid. So, guys, listen, I know some of you have $50,000 or $100,000. You have upgraded axles.
And you drive like a TJ or a
Whatever.
JK and you roll it, you're getting
$2,500,
significantly less than what you have in it.
You know, they don't know that you have $20,000 axles in there, and if you don't tell them, you're not getting any of that.
You're not getting it.
You're not paying for that coverage, so you're not going to get it.
It's one of those things where if you decide, and again, we're not pushing anyone to do anything. It's just one of those, if we can save just even one or two of you guys some money, it'd be fantastic. But if you do give them a call, obviously let them know that Lite Brite sent you so that they'll have an idea of what video you just watched and what you're calling for. And they're going to try to go above and beyond to make sure that you're fully covered. But the trick is you can't lie to them. Be honest. Let them know what you have, what type of coverage you're looking for, what scenarios. Like if I'm on the trail or I'm on a track or whatever the case, will I be covered or how do I make sure that I'm covered? And they'll find...
And all your parts.
And all your parts. And they'll find the best policy for you. If it's more expensive and you don't want to pay for it,
then don't.
Then you don't. You don't say no. It doesn't cost you anything to ask for a quote. So anyways, this is kind of a video that's more of a quick tip, sharing our secrets, help anyone out that we can. I don't know why we just thought to share it now, but
there's only one kicker.
Caveat?
There's only one caveat.
I think that's how you say it.
They're not in all states. They don't write for all states.
They don't write for all states.
If we can get enough people who want coverage, so say they don't cover, Florida's a big one. And they're not going to, if I get 3 people from Florida saying they want it, they're not going to just write a policy in Florida. They're not going to just start doing it.
They have to go get the certifications and the licensing in order to write in a certain state.
But if we get dozens of people or hundreds of people that are interested.
We had a good talk with them and they said that they would go out and get that certification for whatever specific state they need if they have enough interest.
So we'll list all the names of all the states below, but I'm going to run through them real quick. So Arkansas, Colorado, California, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Montana is limited to Classic currently, but we can get more.
But we can get more, again, if there's more interest.
New Mexico, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas.
If there's enough people that are interested and you're from a certain state and your state wasn't just listed, give them a call, but let us know also in the comments below. And if you're interested in reaching out to them for a quote.
But it's not just for you, but your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters. Now, every once in a while, they're not going to be able to beat who you have, but sometimes you got to compare your coverage on what you're doing.
And make sure that you're getting the coverage you need.
All right, quit rambling.
Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget
to like, subscribe, and share.
And we will see you next time.
Bye. Later, guys.
Jelly's in the back seat. Jelly, what are you doing?
Hey, babies.
So I was sleeping.
Hey, Jelly Belly.
You guys were talking so much, and I was just trying to sleep.
She's not even in her bed.
She's not even in her bed. She's
Her
laying
head's
half
in her bed.
in and half out. And this is such a nice, soft bed.
Yeah, but it's too small for her. She's too long for it.
No, she curls up into the tiniest ball when she sleeps, I'm telling you.